Guten Erev Shabbos. We find ourselves in the Yemei Tashlumim of the Yom Tov of Shavuos, the makeup days for the holiday of Shavuos. We're still under the influence of the Yom Tov. Regarding Matan Torah, Rabbi Akiva says, Royin es hanishma v'shoimin es hanira. At Matan Torah, godliness, spirituality, purpose, Torah was the reality, became the reality. The physical, the material existence was distant and secondary. When the Frierdiker Rebbe came to the United States in 1940, he brought that attitude, that approach to the shores of the United States of America, saying that America is nicht andrisch, will bring this attitude, the hashtag, Yiddishkeit is preeminent, Torah is what's ultimately important. He brought that to the United States. So when Rabbi Altein came here, and Rabbi Mordechai Altein came here to Pittsburgh in 1941, and subsequent to that, Rabbi Posner came in 1943, they established this yeshiva under that motto. And it expressed itself in every aspect of the school. The building which we're sitting in and recording from currently was built under the leadership of Rabbi Rosenfeld. Mr. Zev Rudolph, who was the president of the yeshiva, got his father to chair a Renaissance fundraiser for all the institutions in the city, and they built this gorgeous building and the other yeshiva building on Denniston. But this building actually began with a house at the corner of Whiteman and Hobart, which housed Lubavitch Center and the girls' high school. In 1979, yeshiva was bursting by the seams, and Rabbi Posner decided that he needed to build a new building. The board said there is no money to build a new building. Rabbi Posner hired a company that bulldozed the house, and when asked by the board, where's the money to build this building, Rabbi Posner says the building was built already. The question is just how we're going to get it to the state of being built. That was the attitude of Royin es hanishma v'shoimin es hanira. For the sake of Torah, for the sake of Chinuch, for the sake of godliness, you have to do what you have to do. The money, we'll find the money. The same attitude expressed itself in the way the teachers and the administration viewed a child. I remember a story with my mother, Allah HaShalom. A child, when she was teaching first grade, one of her children came home and told his mother that there's a particular child in the school who doesn't treat the other kids in the class appropriately. The mother said to the child, well, if the kid acts not nicely to his classmates, the classmates won't act nicely to him. To which the child says, that's not what Mor Rosenblum said. What did Mor Rosenblum say? The mother asked. Mor Rosenblum said, if we all treat the child nicely, he will treat us nicely. You see, when you look at a child and you observe his behavior, one way is to get carried away with the actual actions, his behavior, what he's doing that's inappropriate. A second way is to actually recognize that that child has a soul and the child is good inside. And it's just a matter of how we approach that child and how we treat the child, which will ultimately determine the child's success and growth. Throughout the years in yeshiva, there were individuals like Rabbi Yisrael Altein who were living examples of that attitude. Humble, righteous, ehrlich individuals who taught the children by example on how they lived their lives, the sincerity, and the fact that you could tell that all that they cared about was Hashem and Torah and Yiddishkeit and Chassidus. They served as models for the children. That same idea, that same approach exists up until this very, very day. As we celebrate 80 years of yeshiva schools and look forward to the future, I'm reminded of a song sung by Moshe Yes titled Zaidies. He talks about his grandfather, who was a source of inspiration and Yiddishkeit to the family. But then he was no longer there, he passed away. And the song concludes, who will be the Zaidies of our children? Who will be the Zaidies if not we? Who will be the Zaidies of our children? Who will be the Zaidies if not me? Have a wonderful Shabbos.